Open your ears and lube up your butthole. It's time for the What Do We Call It podcast. Now, here's your host. It's Jmann. Welcome to the What Do We Call It podcast. I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
I cannot stop having really fucked up experiences at the MinuteClinic.
Why do you keep going to the MinuteClinic?
Because it's a MinuteClinic and it's available.
I've never been in and out of that fucking place in less than 30 minutes.
It's not the fact that it's so quick. It's that you can go there without an appointment and you won't have to worry about waiting a week or 3 days. You can pre-register at home on the computer before you go there.
Okay.
It's very helpful. Here's the deal. Week and a half ago, Chi-Chi. She says that her throat feels scratchy. I'm like, drink some stuff. And this was on a Thursday. They sleep here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She comes back Friday. I ask her, she's like, oh, it's still kind of scratchy. The next morning, my throat hurts. Fuck!
Have her drink some apple juice.
I gave her warm liquid. I gave her food. It fucking all goddamn day. And then we did a bunch of stuff, and it got to be too late to go to the MinuteClinic, because by the time that she told me that it hadn't gotten better, all day she's like, it's mostly better. I think it's fine. Let's not go. It's finally time.
I'm lying, so I don't have to go.
So we should have gone to the MinuteClinic, and of course I had to tell the beast.
And she says her throat hurts.
Yeah, and she's like, were you going to take her? And I'm like, yeah, fine. I'm like, just so you know, though, I'm keeping track of how many times they come here sick. It seems like they fucking get sick at your house all the time and then bring it here. She's like, well, no, because you send them home and they're sick.
It's because they're still sick from when you first sent them over.
They fucking get sick at your house, and that's like the incubation period, and then the fucking shit manifests while they're here, and then they go home to you because, frankly, on weekends, I don't want to spend all my time going to the MinuteClinic. They get a fucking hangnail. She wants to take her to the MinuteClinic. She is an idiot. God, she's like single-handedly keeping CVS MinuteClinics in business. Or the urgent care. You know, but this time I'm like, I have to take her because this can't be like when I didn't take the juice for her broken wrist that I thought was just a sprain that turned out to be a hairline fracture. Because I'm never going to hear the end of that.
Ooh.
Even though I gave ample amounts of first aid and care to treat it like I thought what the injury was because I didn't go running to the
You did a much better job than I would have.
Jesus Christ, because I didn't go dashing to the fucking ER.
Mrs. Number One Fan used to be that bad. Every time the girls had a little fever or had a runny nose, off to the fucking doctor she'd take the kids. It's just like, it's just a cold. It's just a fever. Just let it ride out.
Oh, well, that's what the doctor says as well. It's viral. We're not going to give you antibiotics. You just got to let it run its course. I just saved you a trip to the doctor.
Exactly.
Is your kid a little sick? Do they have a fever? Do they have a little bit of a cough? Oh, well, guess what? If they don't have strep, it's viral. We're not going to give you antibiotics. You just got to let it run its course. Yeah. Push fluids, fuck off, go home. I'll take a $20 copay for the advice, bitch.
You'll know if they got fucking strep.
So I wanted to make sure she didn't have strep because then I started feeling like I had a scratchy throat. But I thought mine was post-nasal drip. So on the Saturday we didn't make it to the MinuteClinic. I thought you could pre-register online. You couldn't. For some reason, even though the beast claimed I could have, but didn't figure it out.
Well, what the hell does she know? Does she ever take her to the doctor?
She knows how to poop out kids she can't afford and rub scar cream on her C-section mark.
She's still doing that?
No, I'm just trying to mock her for having a big ugly C-section scar. So anyways, so we go to the MinuteClinic, and sure as shit, there's my favorite MinuteClinic attendant. I'm on a first-name basis with this woman. I've been there so many fucking times.
You should take her on a date.
I'm pretty sure my wife would have a problem with that.
Probably, but still, you know.
And with all the times this chick has swabbed me for strep and shit.
She knows your medical history.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. Hey, let's talk about all the times I've come in sick and you had to fucking shine a light down my throat and then Q-tip me. That's going to set the mood.
That's great small talk.
Is it? Like, is this warming you up here? Then we got to go to the Olive Garden because before the night ends, I'm fucking your tits. Just going to push them together a little.
Mm-hmm.
So I go there, and we sign up, and we have to wait. 45 minutes, it says. I'm like, fuck me, god damn it, it's a Sunday.
Yeah, it's not a MinuteClinic.
And there's a woman sitting in a chair waiting. And the kids go to the bathroom to wash their hands and go pee. And they take forever in there. And I'm like, are you fucking done? What are you doing in there?
We're licking buttholes.
No, there was no butt licking going on that day, thankfully. So they come out, and then we're sitting there, and then there's diapers, and they want to look at stuff. They're walking up and down the aisle where the chairs are. It's all the fucking baby diapers and baby wipes. So at some point, Chi-Chi, who's there for her scratchy throat, trips on the shelf trying to stand on it and gets a tiny little break in the skin on her finger. And she's crying like she just fucking fell into a giant pit of needles like in Saw 2.
Ah, God, that was a hard one to watch.
And she's like, Daddy, I need a Band-Aid. I'm like, it's barely a break in your skin. What does that mean? Is my skin broken? What's going to happen? I'm like, shut the fuck up and just hold some toilet paper on it for 5 minutes. It's not even bleeding, but I see blood. No, you see a break in the skin. It's not actively bleeding. Shut up. And there's a display of these fucking little cars, the kind that you pull them back and then they go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're like, oh, can we get one? I'm like, no, I didn't come here to buy toys. I came here because you're fucking sick because you walk around licking everything and touching your butt and not washing your hands and going to Target and touching everything and then fucking rubbing your eyes and you're picking your teeth and digging in your nose and eating your boogers, you goddamn walking petri dish. So no, I'm not buying car toys. They're $6 a pop. Fuck you, get a job. So I'm just going to fast forward to when it was finally our turn. I'll just have you know that one of the ladies that was on the board when we got there was supposed to be inside. She wasn't inside. So the next chick went ahead of us, who was there first. And then I thought we were waiting for this chick who had never showed up. No showed. So thankfully we got in early.
A little bit early, yeah.
So we get to the point where we've gone through all the checking her ears, checking her eyes, checking her blood pressure. Now she wants to look in her throat. She doesn't want a letter, but she does.
It's not fun.
So then she's like, well, I'm going to do a throat culture. Not only does she start crying and saying, I'm not going to do it, she purses her lips like this. She purses them and sucks them in.
That's so cute.
And then she covers her mouth on top of it. And I pull her hands away. She's like, like an old man with no teeth.
Yeah.
10 minutes this shit went on.
Oh, God, I would have fucking slapped her.
And then I finally left the room. I'm like, I gotta take a time out. Daddy's too upset. I'm like, please do this for this woman. Let her check you so we know what's up so we can get you healthy. Me and the juice go wait outside for 2 minutes. Lady opens the door. Yeah, this isn't happening. I go back in another 5 minutes trying to coax her. It doesn't happen. So I'm sitting there, and I called the beast who's at work. I'm like, we're at the MinuteClinic. She won't open her mouth for the throat culture. I fucking tried. Okay, fine. So she's satiated, so to speak. We get out to the car to leave, and I'm like, you know what? Because you're such a pain in the ass, I feel like I'm going to go buy the juice some ice cream and then let you watch her eat it. I was ready to do that. I'm like, because you just wasted a lot of time and my money.
Yeah, because I got charged for that anyways.
We get all in their car seats and buckled. I back the car out of the spot. I move the car 5 feet. Okay, I'll try. Fuck you.
Too late.
No, I pulled in the spot. I'm like, unbuckle yourselves. Hurry the fuck up before somebody else gets in there. I let them out of the car. I go, run and knock on that goddamn door. Run, goddammit. And they did. They ran, knocked on the door. She opened. I'm like, I'm getting behind them by like a whole 30 feet. I'm like, she wants to do it. Get the swab kit. She gets on the table. She lets the lady swab her and all that shit. The quick test comes back negative for strep.
Good.
So I wasted all this time and went through all that ordeal and all these tears and trying to coax her. I even threatened to take away video games for 2 weeks. This woman must have thought I was a goddamn maniac of a father, totalitarian and disciplined.
We took our children's everything away for 2 weeks. It was so nice.
Holy shit. All that for her to find out she has no strep. And then what happens to me?
You have to let it run its course.
What happens to me? Then my throat's all scratchy for 2 fucking days. And it's like post-nasal drip.
So it drains to the back of the throat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it sucks. I'm at my desk and I'm kind of coughing and my throat's dry all the time. And I'm having to leave my cubicle to go down the hall to the bathroom to hawk loogies and blow my nose. And then the other day I go to blow my nose when I get out of the shower. And I blow it. And what comes out? A giant bubble of green slime. Like it went blah, out.
Ew.
I just went, I pinched one nostril and then blew the other one in. Blah. And it's just sitting there on my lip. Like a green, slimy Hitler stash. These fucking kids. Constantly goddamn getting me sick. It's not bad enough they've gave me strep.
Fucking shit with our kids. The big thing with Pubert and Bubba is getting a shot. You know, the booster shots and everything.
Yeah.
Because Drama and Turtle, they're pretty cool about it, you know. I mean, there's a little bit of tears there, but they do it. But no, not the boys. God, Pubert actually passed out one time.
What a pussy.
Yeah. He's getting one little booster shot. I had his head turned. I had something for him to look at. I was talking to him, and he's just like, help me, help me.
How fucking old was he? Please don't say 12.
Like 9, 10.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
I will admit that I had to go in for my shots before 9th grade. And I got emotional because they gave me 3 shots in a row, and then I had to go down the hall and get a fucking blood draw. And the lady was not great, and she stabbed me, and I started crying because she stabbed me 3 times for blood draw. I'm like, how many fucking needles are you people going to jam in me today?
I had a strep throat really bad one time, and the doctor said that they wanted to give me an injection in my ass. Not the
Was the
asshole.
doctor's name Corey Rosso?
I don't know.
Because it might be that same doctor at Health Partners that asked me if I partook in homosexual intercourse because he was trolling for teenage boys to fuck.
No, this wasn't in my asshole. It was in the cheek, but it's
Well,
just
nobody gets a shot in the asshole.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I did have a fever one Christmas day of like 105, and they said if I didn't drink this liquid, they're going to put it in pill form and then shove it up my ass.
And I would have said, don't threaten me with a good time.
No, I did. I was like, I'll drink it, and I drank it. And oh my god, that shit was hard to get down.
How big of a pill are we talking?
I don't know.
Like an enema-sized pill?
I have no fucking clue. They
or
didn't
like
bring
the size
one out.
of an 800 milligram ibuprofen? Because I could get one of those up my asshole,
I'm
lickety
pretty
split.
sure
I probably
could get
wouldn't
one
even
of
sweat
those
it.
too. But fuck, I was 12. I didn't want anything shoved up my ass.
See, this sounds like we need to have a contest of who can shove more jelly beans up their ass before farting them out.
I don't think I'm gonna do that one.
Like I said, we're talking about jamming pill. Oh, we could both jam these pills up our ass
What
like
happens if
nothing.
they don't all come out?
Because why would we have something gay like a hot dog eating contest when we could jam jelly beans up our ass? Hello.
Okay, well, no, but it's just taking the kids, and thankfully, like the last couple of times the kids have been sick, I've been like checking the temperature. It's like, okay, it's fine. It's, you know, the ibuprofen is having an effect. You know, they say if you're giving them Tylenol, ibuprofen, or whatever, a fever reducer, and the fever goes down, then it's viral. There's nothing you can do about it. If it doesn't go down, it's bacterial, and then you gotta go to the fucking doctor.
There's some handy, helpful tips.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't know. Straight from the doctor.
But a fucking throat culture. She screamed bloody murder, then she pursed her lips and cried. I mean, this kid's got huge tears. For as little as she is, her tears are monstrous sized. And the volume of liquid that comes out of her, holy shit. I'm surprised she's never had to go in for dehydration. But it's a Q-tip. I get that it's a long Q-tip, but it's a Q-tip.
It's not even 2 seconds of it being at the back of your throat.
There are altar boys that have been made to suck a dirty priest cock that shed fewer fucking tears than Chi-Chi did that day in that MinuteClinic exam room. All I can do is just shake my head like, whose fucking kid are you? Why are you such a pussy?
I like it when I take him to the doctor. Are we going to get a shot? No, you're not going to get a shot. And the doctor comes and is like, well, due for boosters. It's like, you're going to get a shot. No, that'll be fine.
Pussies. I got a trick for that because I used to have this thing with needles, and then I finally figured it out, is with shots in the arm, you turn your head, you look away, and I say this all the time to whoever's administering the shot to me. I'm like, here's the deal. I got a thing with needles. I'm going to look away. You're not going to tell me before you do it. You're just going to do it, and I'm going to count down the seconds till it's done, and then we're going to go, and no one's going to fuss. And they're like, okay.
Okay, I don't have a problem with needles. You know, I go to the doctor. It's like, shoot it up. I'm good.
But I wonder if these people are like, is this guy a crazy person? He's like giving me instructions, and he's very particular about how we have to do this sequence. I just hope that they find it helpful that I've come up with a mechanism for coping.
See, if I was a health professional, yeah, that's what I'd be like. This person knows what fucks with them and how to deal with it, so we're just going to do it their way, because, shit, it's their body, not mine.
And it's like the same way when I get shots at the dentist when I go in for the Novocaine. They're like, we're gonna put, well, this is before the numbing gel. They used to just jam those needles in.
I've always had the numbing gel as far back as I can remember.
Yeah, well, I didn't have it when I was a kid, and that's why I have a lot of fucking bad
You went
stories
to the
about
poor dentist.
No, we went to group health. I used to call them Group Death, and I used to call my dentist Dr. Blood. Anyways, so they jam it in there, and at one point, I had to go in, and I'm like, you know what? It's better than being in jail and getting butt fucked. I don't know why that's where my mind went.
Did you say that out loud?
No, I thought it in my head, obviously. Yeah, I had my mouth open, well, it's better than being in jail and getting butt fucked. Jesus Christ. So that's my device for disarming my anxieties about needles. And then you're talking to a guy that spent a few hours in the chair getting tattooed.
Yeah.
And then more hours getting one of those tattoos lasered off. So, I mean, I can get through that shit. I've been burned with lasers. But it's just like when I went into the operating room to get my hernia fixed. The doctor's like, well, you ready? I'm like, all right, get me on the table. Fix me up. Let's do this shit. He's like, what?
Yeah. Confidence. This shit's going to work, and I'm going to feel much better.
Whereas, conversely, when I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, it was my first time being knocked out. And I was just nervous, like, God, I hope they don't give me too much anesthesia and kill me, because you hear those fucking horror stories.
I had my wisdom teeth out. They were the shit. They gave me Novocaine. They gave me laughing gas. I only had the 2 on the one side. Those were both out within 30 seconds.
Yeah, but you hear these stories. It's like, I'd hate to end up like fucking Jahai McMath. Nobody knows who that is anymore because it's been so long. Jahai McMath is a girl that went in, I think, to get her tonsils removed or something. Well, she bled out and something happened in the operating room or at the dentist, wherever she was. Mm-hmm. Like, there was another girl, I think, named Ashley or some shit that died in a dentist chair here in Minnesota. But Jahai McMath was in another state, and she went into a coma. And then she was basically brain dead. And then her mom wouldn't accept that she was dead. And then they wanted to take her off life support, and her mom said no. They said, well, if you don't get her out of here, then we're going to take her off life support. So then her mom had to fucking get her body shipped across the states to New Jersey. And they kept this girl alive for years. Years, plural. I think like 4. Before just like a few months back, they finally said, okay, Jahai McMath is finally dead. And her mom's like, I still don't buy this. And it's like, lady, how much Jesus is in your head? How much fucking nonsense are you going to buy into that this kid that you say, she still responds. We talk to her and then like her finger twitches. Okay, well, basically her muscles are atrophying because she's been laying on a fucking gurney for 4 years, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That's what I was afraid of.
If I go brain dead, just pull the plug.
But now, I mean, it's like, hey, you need a shot? Cool, I'm going to turn my head. Hey, I might have strep. I'm going to hold my breath, and you just stick that thing back there, and I'm going to close my eyes and hope to God that it's actually the tool that you're using. Which it's usually a chick that's doing it to me, so that'd be weird if she had a dick.
I went in for a physical one time, and it was a chick giving me the exam. That was weird. And pleasant.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you get a boner? Like Neil did?
Semi.
Both you guys in your semi-woods with a chick. He says the chick that was feeling his sack just kind of looked up at him and smiled because she was like a little embarrassed that he got wood right in her face.
I don't know if she wasn't down there like, hey, look at that. She just kind of did the turn your head cough thing.
Saying that she's giving your dick a fucking Eskimo kiss. Jesus Christ. Who's a cute little penis?
No. Well, like I said, I got some of her because I was at a time in my life I was with a person I really didn't like, and I wasn't getting hardly any action. So to have somebody actually touch me there was nice. And I'm just happy it was a female.
Maybe you should have just taken some warm spaghetti in a Ziploc bag and stuck it in between the couch cushions.
Maybe
you should suggest that to the boys so that they don't go trying to stick their thing in anybody.
No.
Come downstairs and catch Pubert fucking the couch?
No. I haven't walked in on him yet. I make sure I knock before I open the door. But honestly, I don't give that much time. I should knock and wait a few seconds.
I told you to wait 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Give him time to finish and clean up. Jesus. You know what? If you ever think he's masturbating, here's what you do. You knock on the door and be like, I'm going to open this door, and if you're touching yourself, we're going to get shots. Interact with the show on Twitter at, what do we call it? That is at, what do we call it? You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/what do we call it podcast show. For the What Do We Call It podcast, I'm Jmann.
And I'm number one fan, Tim.
And that's the end.